Welcome back, everyone, to episode 19 of Let's Play Atlantic Fleet, Battle of the Atlantic as Germany, and this is it. This is not the Bismarck's first engagement, truth be told, if I have to be honest, because we did actually have this same group go up against a corvette that wandered into, well, the wrong neighborhood, really. But this is awesome. We have a Queen Elizabeth versus, basically our main floating armada. I did want to leave a lot of ships with the Bismarck interprets for anti-aircraft purposes. Let's just be honest, I want to protect these guys. I'm less concerned if we lose some of our pocket battle, the Scharnhorst, or the Gneisenau. I'm not as concerned if we lose those because they'll be just... Actually, I would like to keep them. They're very good ships. Maybe I would be less concerned with losing the Admiral Scheer and stuff like that. But let's get this battle underway. So we are starting the engagement. And this will be the Bismarck's first time actually firing her main guns, because when I was up against the Flower Corvette, obviously it didn't matter. There was no reason to actually fire your main armament. Let's compare ships real fast. So we have amazing 17-inch belt, 14-inch deck, 14-inch turrets, and 7-inch deck. A long engagement is going to suit our ship very well. So that's us. We also have our running mate, the Tirpitz, with us. And we're up against the Queen Elizabeth. She'll be sporting only 13-inch belt, 13-inch turret, 3.5-inch, just lower in every way. However, it is 5-inch shells against 5-inch shells, or 15-inch shells against 15-inch shells. And let's be honest, 15-inch shells are going to penetrate probably any size armor. I'm not sure how the game really models this, but we'll find out. So the battle plan is very simple. Of course, we're going to turn our ships pretty hard to get the full broadside off. And I'll probably actually deploy smoke with the destroyer, which will cover the Bismarck nicely. And then I will be using... probably I'll be using my light cruiser not to destroy their battleship, but actually to launch an airstrike. Their heavy cruiser will probably be launching a strike against the enemy destroyer. So that's the idea I have. Unfortunately, we didn't turn enough to get our full broadside off, but this is a ranging fire anyways. Now, important to note that my ranging fire, this is why I love running two ships of the same kind, or at least ships of the same gun caliber. My ranging with the Bismarck is going to help me for ranging with the Tirpitz. So I'll have some kind of data, which is better than nothing, I find, since the first shot can be really wildly inaccurate. But for the very, very, very first shot, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing, so we just do 13.3 as they recommend. Guns away. Shells away. And it looks like we're... Wow! So, my goodness, Bismarck, that was impressive. 13.3 was the call, and 13.3, fantastic shot. Now, let's see what we did. We basically just damaged their AAA anti-aircraft. That's good. They don't look like they took any, really crazy damage. Sure, their deck's on fire, but I think that's cosmetic. Couldn't get a full broadside off with these guys either, but that's fine. So, 13.3 was enough for the Bismarck. It was basically perfect. So we're imagining that 13.3 is this, then what would this be? I don't think 16.9, that seems to be overshooting a little bit. Let's go down to 16 and see if that is a hit. Sometimes I overhedge towards this number, but my way of thinking is at least I'm getting closer than the number they gave me. So my information is, for the first shot, is at least better than it could have been. Because maybe I would drop down to 15.5 if I had to shoot just based on what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's 16, even 16 looks a little too far, but let's go ahead and do 16. And it's a little bit too far. We even got a hit. Wow. So surprisingly, we even got a hit. That's fantastic. Now, question is, should we be using... This is an Admiral Hipper class. I'm not going to use the armament of this ship on the battleship. 8-inch guns just really aren't going to cut it. I'm not even going to turn full into this. I'm actually going to keep going straight a little bit. Nah, yeah, 20. Let me do 20. One, I want to kind of close with these guys. I should have gone flank speed as well. That was a mistake. Let's see what kind of air we have with us. We have 3 bombers. I'm not sure if they're dive bombers or not. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is actually just dive bomb the Queen Elizabeth immediately. I don't know if this is a level bomber or a dive bomber, and to be fair, they really should tell you. That's information you would have. And that really hurts when you're trying to line up your shot. Like, if this is a dive bomber, I want to line this up much differently. But since I don't know, I'm probably going to do something like this. And since the bombs are going to drift back to the right, I'm going to do something like this. Unfortunately, if this is a level bomber, this is not going to be very good. I mean, if this is a dive bomber, this is not going to be very good. But actually, yeah, we should hedge on the side of dive bomber because the level bomber is definitely going to connect and get some hits no matter what. But the dive bomber we need to be very precise with. So let's just try this and see what we get. So it is a dive bomber. The next hope we have is that she actually arrives on target. Okay, let's go in. And go. I think we'll hit the rear guns. Okay, that was good. No water splashes means all deck hits. I would have preferred dead center deck hits, and I got a little bit towards starboard, but what did we do? Knock out there? It didn't even say anything. Actually, we landed far enough to the rear, we actually damaged their propulsion and steering. Or maybe that was one of the hits from the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz did have that one hit in the rear. I mean, in any case, the Queen Elizabeth is not in a good way. So let's see here. Our smoke is going to move outward. I think we don't risk smoke with this guy. I think what we do is we turn. We're going to go flank speed. We probably could have used smoke. But I think what we'll do is use dive bombers for this guy. Knowing it's a dive bomber, that changes everything, right? So now we know what we're dealing with. What should our objective be on the second dive bomber run? I don't know, I can't remember, what's their turret armor? 13 inches? I don't think our 500-pound bombs are going to penetrate that. We could get lucky. So let's go for a front turret hit. Oh, that was close. Okay, so I think that was at least one front turret that got hit. Let's find out. No, it counted that as the secondary on the port side. So they're saying that I hit like right here. Yeah, I mean, we could see some scarring over here, although that's probably from one of the main 15-inch shells. Look, the good news is she's not doing well. The fact that the pumps are damaged is very good. That means she's not going to be able to control flooding. So we could risk everything, actually, and instead of... Yeah, maybe it's a better idea just to launch another attack. But if I did launch another attack, what I would actually do is target the destroyer. It sounds strange, but I think the Queen Elizabeth is just kind of out. I don't think that she's... Well, 15 shells, I mean, My main fear, what's in the back of my mind is, what if they have air cover as well? Which sounds really weird that they would have decent air cover around Denmark, but it's been happening throughout the game, so it is a reality. I mean, it's a fake reality. I don't think that that's... it depends. Okay, this is late 1940s. I mean, it's probably not outside of the realm of possibility. So, do we just smoke? I really wish I had been able to sink both these ships on the first turn. That's obviously not possible, because unless I have done enough damage to the Queen Elizabeth to actually sink her, which I don't think I have, we have to take care of the destroyer, who can just as easily call in. Let's do smoke. Who could just as easily call in aircraft himself. So let's see what happens. They do fire. That's good. And that was actually pretty close. So it looks like the smoke should be protecting us, but yeah, it definitely looks like the smoke should be protecting us. So the destroyer didn't do anything. Now we are technically blinded by smoke, but we all know that that's not completely accurate, because if I just move a little bit more, I won't be outside of the smoke, but I'll be able to use my previous ranging to attack. And that was an extremely lucky 13.3. So let's cut this down to maybe 13, and maybe even less. Let's go down to 12.9, because we both moved closer to each other. I'm even going to go to 12.8 to really hedge. And we'll try this. Full broadside. Looks good. Yeah, a little bit short, so probably 12.9 would have been better, but that's fine. So smoke obscuring, that's good. Hey, that's good for us, right? Let's also do the same thing. 20. I think it was 15 before, but it doesn't matter. And we're being obscured, but 16 was too far. Let's go down to 15 and see how that works. And maybe even 14.8. That looks good. Okay, good. So probably 1 or 2 hits, maybe 3. I didn't see all the shells. I mean, that's a lot of... Maybe... Is that enough? Did we sink her? Not yet. I mean, she's not well off, but... Nor is she sinking. And all of her turrets are active, which is not good. Her spotting is accurate. So that's not good. Hopefully the smoke really helps us out here. Okay, so this turn, I think we begin... Well, first of all, let's go flank speed, and let's just go 10 degrees and begin engaging this destroyer. Because, okay, 8-inch shells against this kind of armor? I don't think it's worth it. I don't think so. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... We have one more dive bomber who can be used by the light cruiser, so let's go ahead and start firing at the destroyer. 15.9. Pretty close to accurate. I mean, a very good first volley. So you want to turn in 15 more degrees. And yes, you will be dive bombing. Let's again go from the front. I know that that does put us closer to the destroyer. Okay, I mean, her anti-aircraft should be completely gone, so we come in from this angle. We should be able to release our bombs a little bit late and then hit the front. Let's try it. So we're dive bombing late. This is by design. Okay, a little bit too far forward, but that's okay. Those are still decent hits. Let's go back 10 degrees and smoke. Okay, so she's still able to get off her front 2 guns, but hopefully the smoke is obscuring everything. Damn, that's... I'm calling BS on you, game. That's behind a smoke screen. And, okay, I do the same thing, so I shouldn't be complaining, but it's impressive that they got 2 hits on target despite all that damage. That's incredible. They did really significant damage as well. So it's a good thing I recorded this episode, because this will be the last of the Bismarck for a while. Now she's going to have to go back into port and repair all that damage. Probably be like 7 or 8 turns, unfortunately. Well, let's just finish this off then. 12.8. Let's go down to just 12.6. I think 12.6 should be fine. And let's take her out. There it is. Okay, so she's sinking now. About time. Did get her hits off, but hey, you know, we're still just sacrificing a few turns in port for a battleship. It's a trade that anyone would be willing to make. Just it feels like a little bit of BS because I'm certainly covered by the smoke screen, and they had 2 shots that were very accurate at the Bismarck, and despite all their damage too. So, anyways, we're not going to use our main 15-inch guns against the destroyer. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the... Actually, we're going to have to use our 15-inch shells because we have absolutely no idea how to range with the smaller ones, thanks to the smoke. But with these, we can look, it looks like maybe a third of what our 1/3 was, 14.8 was way over here. It looks like maybe 10.5. Just a guess, I have no idea. Not bad. Close. She'll probably be sunk before we actually have to do anything, but it's fine. Let's go back to full. Just move. And, well, the 15.9 looks really good now. Especially because we probably moved closer, yeah. So, even 15.9 was too high. Maybe 14, or 15.4? Let's go 15.3. Well, that was basically perfect, right? No hits, which is weird, but we... that's like the definition of bracketing somebody. 2 on each side and 1 front and 1 rear. Didn't actually do damage to them. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we're behind smoke anyways. I don't think we have good targeting, ranging, whatever. Go back down to full. And we'll give it our best shot here. Okay, so we don't have any firing information at all for the 6-inch guns. I don't even know the range. Let me just guess something like 18. If this hits, it's just pure luck. Wildly lucky. I have no idea where it should be going. Okay, yeah, it's clearly over. But it gives us something to work with. In fact, next turn we'll be able to actually see the ship because we won't be deploying smoke anymore. Alright, so they recommend 20.7. We'll just go ahead and use that. It's a no-go, but that's okay. So they're firing back at our destroyer. Even if they hit, the Bismarck wouldn't mind a little company in dry dock. We probably wouldn't have to move to dry dock just for surface repairs, actually, so... Okay, so let's just finish this episode then, because the main damage is done, right? In fact, this is trivial. We don't need to worry about this anymore. It doesn't matter if we use our 15-inch shells, because we're going to have to go back to port anyway. I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Gave you warning this time. That's a rarity for me. I normally forget to get you guys to cover first. 10 doesn't seem like it's a good number. It seems like way too high. So I'm going to go down to 9. And that was perfect. Okay, good. So that's it. The Bismarck's first foyer into the... Well, she didn't actually really leave, did she? She's still where she was. But we're going to have to get her into port anyway. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Great Britain sues for peace. I guess the moment they saw the Bismarck, they just ran for the hills. And you can kind of tell how ridiculous this it looks like. It looks like they didn't want to use the actual Nazi flag because maybe they wanted this game playable in Germany, or I don't know. That's funny. Anyway, it looks like I've actually destroyed one. Did I win? They say the H39 is available. Does that mean I can buy it right now? Can we still play the game? I don't know. I'm very confused. Uh-huh. No, it says we have to wait to 1942. Well, we won. This is not over for me because my only goal at this point is to sink the damn Nelson. Yes, that's right. That's the only thing I have in my mind is to sink the Nelson. To find out where she is and to put her down. So let's get all these guys in for repairs or whatever, just because why not? If the Bismarck's going in, I don't want the Tirpitz running alone, and these guys take less time to repair anyway. So in 4 turns, these guys will all be out, and the Bismarck will still be 4 turns away. We'll probably merge these 2 fleets temporarily just to give the Tirpitz more cover. Yeah, this is interesting. So we have 2 submarines here, who we just really want sunk. We don't really care. We'll get these 2 into port briefly. Yeah, I'm doing stuff that doesn't need to be done on camera though. So thanks for watching. I guess that technically means that we've been victorious, although I'm going to see if I can keep playing on. I don't know what it means by this H2 version being available in all Battle of the Atlantic campaigns. It doesn't look like it's unavailable to me. It just looks like I have to wait. So I'll maybe investigate this a little bit off camera, but hopefully we'll be back for at least one more episode before I call this series to a close, which should be the hunt for the Nelson. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.